Tony Tonkin here, and welcome to the Tony Tonkin Show. It has happened again. It is with a great deal of sadness that I woke up this morning to see that there'd been another mass shooting in the United States. Every time one of these happens, I tend to think, well, it shouldn't, but it does. And what is there about those in the United States that caused this to continue to be a problem? It was interesting today to hear Joe Biden talk about him meeting with the Indian Prime Minister and the Tokyo President, or Prime Minister I should say, and with Anthony Albanese from Australia. Because he noted that in none of these countries which have, particularly in India, which have populations far greater than even that of the United States, there are nowhere near, if any, mass shootings. So he was asking the question, why does this happen in the United States? And it's a great question. And it's not that I feel antagonistic to American citizens, I don't. But what I do question is the morality of those politicians who prevent legislation from being passed that would at least minimise the number of deaths that they experience in the United States. The figures are horrific and the death toll is staggering, yet it continues and continues to happen. And one of the threads that I think is important to note is that the reason why these issues continue to develop and where nothing seems to be done is primarily because it's all based about how much money they receive from the Rifle Association. Now, we know that in politics it is about money, particularly in American politics. But it does make you wonder that if money is the governing factor, how much is life worth? Why isn't it that we're making, or they're making, policies that ensure that people, their community, the people that vote for them, are safe? Why haven't they got the courage, that is political parties, particularly those Republicans, why isn't it that they haven't got the courage to be able to make a stand, even in the most minimal ways? Universal background checks, for example. So why isn't it that they can't make decisions that are going to impact them? They can't, because money is what governs them. Money overrules ethics, money overrules principles. Now, in about 1996 here in Australia, we had the Port Arthur Massacre, in which 33 children and adults were murdered by a rather insane individual. Now, after that, the Australian government, which was a Conservative government at the time, decided to put an amnesty on all weapons. So if you had a weapon and you weren't registered, then you could turn those weapons over. Hundreds of thousands of weapons were returned as a result of that amnesty. We also changed the laws so that people couldn't buy a gun willy-nilly, and that they had to have specific reasons for having a gun. Now, here in Australia, I wouldn't even know where to buy one. In the United States, go down your corner shop or go to one of the supermarkets and you can purchase one. Here in Australia, we don't have the same culture, the need to have to protect oneself as they do in the United States. Or simply is it the thrill of holding a weapon that you know is going to end somebody else's life? The type of guns that were sold to this particular individual who committed this massacre in Texas is a gun that you would only use in order to kill multiple people. Why do they allow this to happen? I've explained it. It's all about money. So they don't have ethics, they don't have principles, they don't have values. And what's even more scary is they don't even value human life. And here we're talking about the lives of children. Surely saving the lives of children. You know, whether it be through Sandy Hook Massacre or any of those other terrible massacres that have happened at schools. Surely from those experiences, people would understand that making a stand against guns, making a stand against the gun lobby, making a stand for principles and for ethics would be the right thing to do. But no, it has continued, it will continue, and unfortunately, at the end of the day, more lives will be lost.